Hey, it's James Murray. Welcome back to the newsroom in Politics 2.0, our continuing coverage of the civic election. Yes, the civic election, even though there's a provincial election. We're joined today by Kristin Oliver, who is running in Westfort. She's the second candidate to declare, and this is your first run.
It is my first run. But having said that, I've been involved in politics since 2003.
So what do our voters need to know? Who are you to them now as you're a candidate?
Right. So I'm a lifelong resident of Westfort. My husband and I are raising our two young sons in Westfort. We're very committed to our community. It's a community within a community. We have every amenity that you possibly need to live in Westfort. But at the end of the day, I think the point of me running is that we need to see some new ideas coming to council. I believe that the experience that I'm bringing will be very valuable to the voters and to our community as a whole.
Now, Westfort, when you say is a special community, I mean, there's people who, when you ask them where they live, they tell you Westfort, and it doesn't matter where they are.
Well, I jokingly say that when I'm in Toronto, and we were in Fort McMurray earlier this year, and it was the same thing when people ask, where are you from? Westfort, Ontario. And they're like, where's Westfort, Ontario? And I say, oh, it's about an hour and 20 minutes west of Nipigon, where the Nipigon Bridge broke. And it's pride of my community.
It's a little bit like that in Current River. You almost need a passport to go between the people just don't do the traveling. Heading into the campaign, your political experience, you're currently the executive director with NOMA.
I am.
And that's given you probably a broader perspective on a lot of things that are out there.
Right. So I do bring a regional lens to this whole election and this campaign, which I think is a huge benefit. When the region's doing well, Thunder Bay will do well as well. So I think that that experience, along with, I did spend 7 years working in the mayor's office prior to that. And before that, I worked in an MPP's office. So I've seen all levels of government, all orders of government, and how we work collectively to move a community forward.
Now, one of the issues for business in Westfort and for business in Thunder Bay, of course, is the James Street Bridge. What do you think needs to be done there?
We need to replace the bridge. And I know it's a contentious discussion because a lot of people don't see it as their tax dollars having to go into that. But really, James, at the end of the day, our commerce depends on it. So does the commerce of our partners with Fort William First Nations. We have, the city even has property out on Fort William First Nation, being Chippewa. So it just makes perfect sense. That is an amenity, an infrastructure that needs to be rebuilt.
So as we head forward into the campaign, we're going to be bringing candidates in. We're going to be going out into the wards and into different parts of the city as well to do interviews. So I want to thank you for coming in. Thank you for the first introduction to you, to the voters, and good luck on the campaign.
Thanks, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is James with Net News Ledger. Welcome to Politics 2.0, way past the soundbite. Stay tuned, Thunder Bay.